FM studios in Ontario, California, it's Foobar Sports.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 21 of Foobar Sports. I am your host, Josh, along with my partners in slime, the
Foobity,
and Josie on the mix. Yeah.
Doobity.
Make sure to follow us or join our Facebook group, Foobar Sports, and to listen to us on any podcasting website, app, shebang, or just go to foobarshow.com. In fact, just go to foobarshow.com. It's a little easier. But goddamn, man, the sports world has been depressing.
It's been pissing you off.
It's been pissing me off as a Laker fan.
You're drowning all the meaningful texts that I sent in our group chat
with just. I'm depressed, man. I'm depressed. We'll get it more into that later in the pod. But there's actually been some great goddamn basketball games, man. I just recently watched the Game 6 Warriors and Rockets game where the Rockets should have closed out. I mean, for God's sakes, they didn't have Kevin Durant. The Warriors did not have the best player in the goddamn league, and the Rockets couldn't close out.
What was the score on that? Do you remember?
I'll look
They won
it
by,
up.
I think, 5 or 7.
Oh, so they were close.
It was close,
but it shouldn't have been.
With a minute and a half left, Golden State was only up by 2, and then Steph hit a dagger 3-pointer up by 5, minute 20. Game over pretty much because they stayed that close. That was the point of separation, really, where it's like no more coming back.
Yeah, the final score was 118-113. The Rockets were up into the third. Steph Curry did not play well in the first half. In fact, he actually got pulled from the game in the first half for having 3 fouls. And he had 0 points, and he was 0 for 5.
Was he just being too aggressive, you think?
Yeah, they were calling a bunch of bogus shit on him a lot. And then, I mean, he was just too much in his head. He was too much in his headspace. He was trying too hard at the beginning. Not only that, apparently he dislocated his middle finger in game 2 on his left hand. So he's playing hurt on his left hand whenever he dribbles and everything.
He's not a lefty though, is he?
No, he's a righty. So I mean, he could still shoot. He could still play. But I mean, that shit's painful, especially if you got to use when you're dribbling and the way that guy is. Probably. But goddamn, man, Steph Curry showed the rest of the league why he's won 2 MVPs and why he was unanimous MVP, the only unanimous MVP to ever win. He in the second half and the third quarter, he came back, and I guess at halftime the player said, "Dude, just shoot your shot, man. Just go out and play hard. Like, who cares? Like, let's just go out and do your best." And he finished the third quarter with 10 points. But he finished the end of the third with like 2 badass 3-pointers. Like, he was just draped. They were double teaming him like crazy because the Rockets knew, don't let Steph beat us. Well, Steph didn't get the memo because in the fourth quarter, the motherfucker was on fire. He got 23 points in the fourth quarter to finish the game with 33. He hit, I believe, 4 3-pointers, and one of them was he crossed up PJ Tucker. That was right on him, and he just like bounced the ball behind him, like almost like as if he was sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Boom, sidestepped, just threw it up, and then you could see PJ Tucker as soon as the ball went in, just standing there, arms on his side,
waiting for it to go in.
Yeah, and it goes in, and he's just shaking his head. What the fuck just happened? and not only that, Klay Thompson finally showed up. He had 21 points. I cannot stress again that the Rockets should have closed out.
This was their time to win a championship.
It was their game to lose, and they fucked up, huh?
Not just the game, the rest of the series, because Kevin Durant's out.
He's out. He was out for the rest of the series, and maybe even for a little bit of the Western Conference series.
I actually think his injury is misreported.
What do you think it really is, man?
So I was listening to Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
And God damn it.
And after you turned the volume down.
After he was done yelling, he was making some good points. God damn, I hate that guy so much, but
he's
so
right.
Dude, literally, he's right.
It's how a lot of people feel about Max, what's his name?
Max Kellerman?
Max Kellerman?
No, not at all.
I love Max. Max is
No, some people can't stand Max.
No, yeah, some people can't because when he goes on, Max always goes on like long tangents, but
dude.
they're so intellectually like drawn out.
And he doesn't care who's in front of him.
Oh, no, but
he'll talk shit to somebody while they're in the room.
And I have a Max Kellerman story after I'm done making this point, too.
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith, he's like right 8 out of 10 times, so he's super reliable.
Yeah.
Check this out. I was listening to him on the other day, and he was saying the way he saw Kevin Durant get injured and react and look.
Yeah.
He's saying he's seen that reaction every time when someone has pulled or ruptured their Achilles.
No.
Yeah, and I honestly thought it was because I saw a replay of when he got hurt, and he
reacts the same way Kobe went down.
When he went down, like he just he went up, he shot it, and then when he landed, he immediately like did a quick little hop on that foot, and he immediately
and that's
grabbed.
what KD too. And KD looked back like. What did he say? When you pull it, you feel like you're getting a force out of nowhere, like maybe someone's pushing you down. Yeah, that's why everyone looks first to see like is someone like pushing me?
Isn't that essentially like your muscle snapping? Back into like because
so
the Achilles is gone,
it's like a rubber band that you've like held on or all the way to the end, and then just shoots right back.
Yeah,
it's just that sudden force.
So Stephen A. He says he believes the Warriors are gonna play this injury report bullshit because KD probably has a ruptured Achilles tendon or something.
I wouldn't doubt it because
hamstring.
they won't disclose it. I mean,
not at all.
They won't because the guy wants to win another championship. But I mean, the Rockets, the last 4 years they've gone up against the Warriors since.
And Chris Paul, man, this was his time to show like, okay, I just need to get to one fucking NBA final to cement his Hall of Fame status.
Yeah, and
not even win it, just get there.
Yeah, and every year, like last year, the whole thing was the Rockets didn't have Chris Paul for Game 6,
6 or 7,
and they would for 6 or 7, and they would have won. Well, you had him for Game 6, you had your team for Game 6, and you guys couldn't close out.
And you know what? Chris Paul didn't light up the Warriors, dude.
He got 27 points. He had a good game.
Yeah, but all series he's been making bad plays. He hasn't been the legendary point guard that he's been known for.
Yeah,
he was giving the ball to Clint Capella on the perimeter, and normally they don't do that in their offense. So he would. I don't know. Like I said, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. There's no question about it.
Look, in the rest of the series,
he had a shit series.
Series wise, yeah, he had a shit series. Game 6, he actually had a good Game 6. He got 27 points. Yeah, no, I agree. But he had 27 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. But no one else besides him and Harden. Harden had 35. No one else stepped up.
The Warriors were able to neutralize Clint Capella. That's what happened.
Yeah, and the Warriors bench finally woke up. Iguodala was 5 for 8 from 3-point. He had 17 points. Klay Thompson had 27. He was 7 of 13. That motherfucker on the 3, man. Him and Klay, the Splash Brothers, as they like to be called, these guys are just the best 3-point shooters I've ever seen.
One of the best tandems ever in the NBA history.
Yeah, and Steph Curry alone, he was 4 of 11 from 3, 9 of 20. They fouled him a lot towards the end, so that's kind of where they padded the stats a little with his numbers. But he motherfucker finished with 23 points in the 4th. Like, he said, I'm done. Like, fuck you guys. I'm taking over this shit. Like, we're going to the finals. So they're going to have to play the winners of either the Portland Trailblazers or the Nuggets, which I will go into a little bit in analyzing those two teams. But I actually heard a little rumor today that Demarcus Cousins could be ready for the Western Conference Finals. That he'll be ready most likely towards the end of it, but he'll be ready and coming back for the Western to be able to play in the Western Conference Finals, and then maybe even for the NBA Finals if they make it that far. And if they do that, Jesus.
Real quick, to Max Kellerman. Wow, this guy really pissed off a lot of people this week.
He always does.
They had Jay Williams on. Ex-Duke, ex-Chicago Bull.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman came with the bullshit, dude. He compared Kawhi and Kobe, and he actually compiled stats. And Kawhi has, like, a better shooting percentage
than Kobe
for, like, game winners.
Yeah.
And Max said that right now, Kawhi is better than Kobe.
Oh.
And this guy Jay Williams, he took off his headphones.
Yeah.
And he stretched real quick, and he was just like did one of these like things, and he's just like, you know, guys, I'm out of here.
Oh damn!
He walked off. He was like Stephen A, because Stephen A was trying to come back at Max. Give him some credit for the stats. But he's like, Stephen A, no.
Don't you dare.
He's like, don't do it. And then Stephen A's like, yeah, you're right, actually. Dude, Max, oh my God.
But he's
been on a terrible streak lately.
He has such a punchable face.
He does. Yeah, I'm sure he's been punched a few times for a boxing fan.
That's true.
But Max always loves to troll the world, especially when it comes. Even when he was in LA, he always used to like to put negative stats on Kobe and show people like, dude, Kobe's not the greatest, motherfucker. Max Kellerman, Kobe's the greatest. All right, so you need to back the fuck up. All right.
It was funny because Jay Williams totally was just like, as soon as he heard it, he like put his headphones off and
he's like, done.
He was just like, this motherfucker just said this to me.
And you know what? Statistically wise, Max Kellerman may be right, but dude, Kobe already had 3 championships by this age.
Yeah,
he was at 3 championships by the age of Kawhi,
MVP,
on his way to 4.
And MVPs already.
Yeah, and MVPs. Kawhi's only had 1, or no, has he had 2 with the Spurs? No, 1 with the Spurs against the Heat. Right, That was when he won against Heat. Yeah,
NBA Final MVP.
Yeah, that's right.
Not even a regular season.
Not even regular season MVP. In fact, he hasn't even been able to make it a full regular season since 2015. I want to say.
Yep.
I don't see the comparison. Granted, if he wins the championship this year, maybe we can throw him into the conversation or say he has potential. I don't think you can't automatically say he's better than fucking Kobe. That's outlandish.
But you're right. That's Max being Max.
That's Max being Max. Max has to troll the world, man.
I just thought that was
that's
hilarious.
That's why I love it. I wish him and Marcellus would have a reunion and just go at it with each other again.
Can't do it.
I know.
Why not?
Marcellus
Different
is on Fox
employers.
now.
Oh.
Yeah, Marcellus went to Fox. But, But continuing on with...
What if he did like a man on the street and then just Max was just there buying a hot dog? He's like, oh, hey.
Hey, Marcellus.
Let me ask you a question.
Can't do that.
You can't.
Shut up.
It's conflict of interest.
Of course you can.
No, you can't.
Can't stop me.
Go get your hot dog food.
Go get your hot dog,
Here
man.
we go.
So continuing with the potential matchups for the Warriors, we still have, as of a recording, we still haven't seen the Nuggets and the Trailblazers play each other. So who do you think is going to come out, and who do you think is the best chance of knocking out the Warriors right now?
I don't know.
You think the Warriors are going to go all the way?
I mean, it's written. Dude,
why not?
Who's going to beat him now?
It depends. It depends on, again, Kevin Durant
with KD.
in these series, because for me, so let me give you my analysis as far. I think the Nuggets actually have a good chance of knocking them out because of Jokic. Because that big man in the middle, he could pass, he can shoot the 3. That guy is just he's a great player. Granted, I still think maybe even the Blazers may push him to game like 5 or 6. I don't think they'll win it, but I can see them pushing it to 5 or 6 just because of the talent of McCollum and Lillard. Those 2 guys can match up in threes with Clay and Steph.
I don't see either of those teams beating the Warriors.
You don't?
Nope.
No, not even any potential. I mean, nope. I can admit I was wrong because I honestly thought the Rockets would pull it out of their ass. But hey, Rockets, you disappointed me, man. You motherfuckers disappointed me. Blow that shit up. You guys are done. You guys couldn't do it 5 years in a row with the team you guys have.
They can't be done. They have Chris Paul for $39 million next year and $42 million the year after.
They have, but they have to blow up.
And Chris Paul's going to be $37 next year.
Yeah, that was a shit contract. Way to go, Daryl Morey.
Really?
Yeah, they gave him it was like, how would you describe the contract you gave him? Almost like a loyalty contract, right? Or like a promissory contract.
No, because remember, it was a sign and trade with the Clippers.
No. But I heard reports during the week that it was a sign and trade because he was only on a 1-year deal left with the Clippers. And then in free agency this last year, Daryl Morey said that if you come with us in this trade, we'll take care of you for 3 years after that. And that's when he signed that 3-year deal to stay with the Rockets.
It was a 4-year, $160 million deal.
4-year, $160 million deal. Yeah.
So, and he signed it with the Clippers. It was a sign and trade with the Clippers.
No, it wasn't. He went into free agency this last year.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Did somebody look this up?
I'm looking it up right now.
You look it up. We're talking sports.
Oh, is that my job? What am I looking up?
Chris Paul Chris Paul deal with the Rockets.
Okay, Chris Paul deal with Rockets. You got it.
Yeah, but regardless, Warriors in the finals, dude. No doubt about it.
Yeah. I think the Warriors definitely are gonna go through it.
I think maybe the best chance is the Bucks could beat the Warriors
with Giannis.
But as far as that, Philly, Toronto, probably not.
I think Toronto could probably put it to the Bucks.
No
You don't
way.
think so? I mean, yeah, Bucks had number 1 record.
Kyle Lowry, dude.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry's trash.
Yeah,
he's
that's
trash.
why.
He's very trash.
It's literally because of that reason why I think we're not going to be able to.
Fousey, you have some reporting over there?
Chris Paul has reached agreement on a 4-year, $160 million maximum contract to stay with the Houston Rockets.
To stay with the Houston Rockets, Foo. So he did hit free agency last year.
All right, I'll fact check the food.
Paul never considered leaving the Rockets in free agency, league sources said.
Boom!
You said 3 years, bro, so you're wrong.
I was wrong on the years, but he waited to free agency. So
hit him!
Fuck you.
Hit him!
I even admitted I was wrong on the years. You're the one that's saying he never made it to free agency. He signed it with the Clippers.
He called you a bitch!
That's right. I did call you a bitch.
Hit
So
him!
he left the Rockets?
No, he never left the Rockets.
Throw some hands!
Why you change it? Why all of a sudden you change the story to favor you, man?
You did it too when you said, "Oh, I got the years wrong," so that corrected it. No,
I corrected it before that. I
okay,
did.
so you can correct yourself.
We'll check back on this.
You can correct yourself, but I can't.
Hey! Take it easy.
Fucking dickhead.
I'm gonna cut you fuckers off right now.
Always got to act like he's right. Asshole, shitting and everything.
Hit him!
Anyways, yeah, the Bucks look good, especially with Giannis. I think he should be MVP this year. He should definitely win it. And who do you think's gonna go between the Sixers and Raptors in the Eastern?
Raptors.
Yeah, I think honestly, Joel Embiid's overrated.
Yeah,
I think he's overrated. Ben Simmons is not,
and he has a favorable matchup,
yet.
Which is why he's doing good on some games.
Yeah, well, this last game, Jimmy Butler actually blew up finally after being silent for most of the James Butler.
Dude, after what was it, game 1 or game 2 when the Sixers beat the Raptors, or I think it was game 2 when they evened up the series.
Yeah,
and the owner was like, "Yeah, James came out and did a hell of a job." And then when Jimmy Butler came out, they're like, "Hey, what do you think about the owner calling you James?" He's like, "My name's Jimmy." And that was it, just like silence.
Yeah.
Old white man says.
Old white man says. Fucking guy. It's funny. Yeah, I think it's going to be the Raptors. Kawhi is actually just on another level. He's been carrying the Raptors all year, and he'll carry them to the Eastern Conference. I don't think the Bucks will blow out the Raptors, but I think it may go to like six or 7. It's going to be a long series because they will go back and forth. Just because the Raptors, besides Kyle Lowry, they are deep. They still got Serge Ibaka. They still got Marc Gasol, Danny Green. That Pascal Siakam is actually pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. But I mean,
they've all been struggling though.
They have been. I can admit that they've been struggling.
If they struggle during the Bucks, I don't see them winning many games.
The Bucks have been struggling though too. You got to admit they struggled against the Celtics for the first 2 games, but then all of a sudden Giannis just took over.
Well, they won 4 in a row after they lost game 1.
But that all on top of that too, that has a little to do with the Celtics being shite and not being together.
Yeah.
So I think where the Raptors are different from the Celtics, the Raptors actually seem like a unified team. The Celtics, their whole infighting and drama actually I think played a big role.
Oh, it did.
In how it ended.
It did.
Yeah. So I think that's why they'll pose a little bit more of a challenge to Giannis. But Giannis, it's ultimately going to be a Bucks Warriors finals, and I think
hopefully
I want to see the Bucks win.
Yeah, fuck the Warriors.
I really want to see the Bucks win. I'm tired of the Warriors.
There is
winning.
no answer for Giannis.
I don't know about the Bucks, man. I don't like their color scheme.
He's such a chick.
You don't like you don't like antlers, food.
I don't like the what is it called? The fucking green, that dark shit green.
Forest green.
Forest green. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Forest hunter green.
You know the jerseys they had before, the purple ones. Remember when Michael Redd and Ray Allen were on the team? Those actually looked badass.
I don't know why they
switched to these white and green jerseys. When did they make this switch? Like a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
And sorry to go off on this crazy tangent, but am I the only one who's pissed off about the Pirates and their jerseys?
Which one? The old school jerseys? Those weird like
The
bumblebee ones.
The bumblebee ones. Those are gross.
Those are stupid.
Those are so gross.
They look so uncomfortable too. The hats are not even like the ball caps that everybody uses. It's those what do you call those?
The old school ones. They look like I know which ones you're talking about.
Those Che Guevara hats.
Yeah, the military style hats. Like if they look like the 1920s baseball hats where it's like square. It's not really rounded. It's like square and it's almost flat on the top kind of thing.
It is flat on the
top.
Yeah,
it is flat on the top, right?
Exactly what it is.
It's not arched on the very top of the head.
Like you're a captain of a ship or something?
Yes, something like that.
Like you're a pirate almost.
Yeah.
I'd venture to guess.
Dude, leave it to Pittsburgh to arm the Pirates and the Steelers with the worst retro jerseys of all time.
I know. For them being the city of champions, they're really starting to piss me off.
No, you know who has some of the worst retro jerseys?
I'll tell you, the Packers.
Yes, exactly. The Acme Packers were the shittiest goddamn retro jerseys. I look them up, Josie. They're crap.
They're wearing
the what now?
They're wearing poop brown.
The poop brown Packers. The Packers retro jerseys.
Poop brown Packers.
Pull it up, but yeah. God damn it.
I don't know why I think it's just they want it for jersey sales. Most of the teams want them for jersey sales.
And you've seen the NBA do that too with the whole theme now. Like the Lakers black jerseys. They have that like Mamba snake skin on them.
Those look pretty badass. So, some of them look good.
Sometimes it's a hit and miss, man. It just depends how good your people are.
That's gross.
Yeah, they're gross, right? Yeah, they're disgusting. They're so ugh. Yeah, even
what year was this?
I think it was like supposed to be. They released those in like 2014, I think.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah,
and
the year before the Color Rush ones came.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna excuse my Eagles because the Eagles even had a shitty.
I mean, we all have shitty ones.
Yeah, well, not the Raiders. The Raiders
not
are pretty much the Raiders.
The Rams had some bad ones. You need to
you need to take a step back.
Not the LA Rams.
Shut up,
man. Just goddamn.
Like it's like Josh said, the Raiders jerseys are infallible, dude.
Yeah, it's just black and gray.
Just black and gray.
You're welcome.
How can you fuck that up? It's like the brown jerseys. It's just brown and white.
You can fuck up the color of the brown though.
You can. They did what they did orange.
They did
orange
like a burnt orange once.
Yeah, it's like
in 2014.
The only one orange works for is like the Denver Broncos,
yes.
The Orange Crush, because that was their original fucking color.
The only thing that the Raiders have fucked up on is after they created those nice timeless jerseys that they then built a football team around it.
Yeah,
and then that football team was just shite.
Yeah,
it has been.
No, it hasn't.
How many Super Bowls have you been to since 2003? Two.
How many have you?
We've been one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So just one more than us.
Yeah. Actually, no. We've been to two. We've been to 2 Super Bowls.
The Raiders have been to like 7 Super Bowls.
Overall? Yeah. I'm not talking about in the past, fool. I'm talking about now. Because you know who's looking a lot like the Raiders now? The Lakers.
Yep.
The Lakers just... They look like...
So tell me what's going on.
Well, here's context for Raiders since the fool likes to, keep his precious legacy before pre-90.
It's been intact forever.
No, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Not during the Mr. Burn years of Al Davis when he pretty much looked like Mr. Burns. Like those years, that's how he was like senile or something.
I'll admit we had to wait for him to die. I'm sorry, but we had to do that.
We may have to wait for Jeannie Buss to sell the team because she does not know what the hell she's doing. She did not surround herself with the right people. Obviously,
Rob Pelinka is trash.
Not just Rob Pelinka. How the hell do you have Kurt Rambis and Linda Rambis, his wife,
calling your
shots? One, they've never been executives ever in the league. Rambis was a former head coach for the Wolves.
And he was like 26 and 130 something.
32. No, it was 32 and 132.
Oh my
he
God.
had 100 more losses than he did wins. Exactly. And then
how can you trust a guy like that to build a successful franchise?
Yeah. And look, I know you guys are probably just fucking tired of us going on this goddamn tangent and shitting on the Lakers. But right now, man, they deserve to be shit on. In fact, they had this shitty protest this last weekend that was, in fact, it was very Laker-esque. I'm sorry. It was on par with how the teams looked so far.
We should have just had an online protest, which would have done way better.
Sign a petition.
No one could, not even just
cast a wider net, too, if you're online.
Just throw out a hashtag, fire Kurt Rambis.
Yeah.
Boom.
Because that's what they were chanting. Fire Kurt
Rambis, trade
and
LeBron.
then Steve Mason was like, I feel like they would have had better reception if they just would have made it a fucking hashtag.
Yeah, they didn't organize it.
And I think John Ireland, who works for the Lakers, made a great point. Because there was these huge rumors of the protests. And by the way, ESPN sent 40 fucking media people.
Yeah, there was more. So there was only like about 22, 30 protesters. And there was more media there than protesters.
There was like double the media. And you know what? It's even worse for the Lakers because that kind of shows that, maybe the fan base isn't pissed off at us.
Yeah,
no,
maybe
we're
fine.
furious.
Yeah.
No, we're fucking furious.
They just worsened our cause. In fact, they probably just solidified their resolve to stay on the route.
And can we not gloss over the people who showed up to these protests? Like,
oh my god,
do these people not have jobs?
Right?
I cannot find the PTO to fucking go to Staples Center to hold up a cardboard sign.
And
Who are these people?
And pay $40 for parking.
Dude, and do you not realize you're gonna be on TV, you dumb motherfucker? Your work is gonna know where you're at.
And let's just say they don't have a job right now. I think that at the very least, the LA County or the city or whoever handles these kinds of things should go over there and see who owes alimony, who owes fucking child support.
A lot of subpoenas.
I'm sure they can get a good percentage of those motherfuckers holding up signs like, "Where'd you get the money to buy that sign, bro?"
Boom, served.
Yeah.
Back tax.
They could have just rounded those motherfuckers up like, hey, dude, if I got to be at work, you got to be at work.
Back alimony right there, boy.
I'm just saying, like the Foo said, set up a hashtag. Let's go at it that way.
Well, I even heard rumors that
work, everybody.
People went on their lunch breaks to go because like there was interviews and they're like, one guy was like, I'm on my lunch break doing this. It's like, why, man?
Is that why I saw a Footopian rolling by on a Lime scooter?
I knew it.
Probably. Us and our Lime scooters.
I mean, and not only that, you know what is funny that there's a guy that goes to every Clippers game. He's a season ticket holder.
Yeah,
His name is Clipper Darrell.
Fuck Clipper Darrell.
And the motherfucker went and he pretty much said, Lakers legacy is dead. It's a Clippers town now, guys.
To further salt the wound, Eric Garcetti, the mayor of LA, says we are a Clipper town now.
And I'm still a Lakers fan, but we're a Clipper town now.
What the fuck?
Motherfucker does not want to get reelected. That's what he's telling me.
No, he does not.
There's even a Phoenix Suns fan there that was like, there's all kinds of other fans there just to sit back and bask in the misery and
that the Lakers have dished out since the 80s.
Yeah, like we've always we put ourselves on a higher pedestal than people, and now we're right at the bottom. I mean, and this all pretty much started because of the whole contract talks between Ty Lue breaking, and I was hearing a lot of reports from Dave McMenamin of ESPN to McMenamin
What
and
did
Sons.
Dave say?
Dave said that the Lakers they pretty much they offered Ty Lue 3 years, $18 million. So almost $6 million a year. And Ty Lue took offense to that because, one, he won a championship with LeBron, and he felt like he was at least owed 4 years. And the same because in the past contracts, like with Luke Walton, currently Monty Williams, Brett Brown, other coaches, Nick Nurse, all these coaches have gotten on their first contract a minimum of 5 years. And the fact that they pretty much offering them a 3-year deal pretty much just told him, you're only here for LeBron, man. We only want you here for LeBron. Dang. We don't want you here more than that. And he took offense to that. And on top of that, the fucking Lakers tried throwing down their own people, like picking out his staff for him before he even signed the fucking contract. They said you have to have either Kurt Rambis as your head assistant or Jason Kidd.
And it's just like, what the fuck? You didn't tell Luke that.
Yeah. And now you're telling Ty Lue that? It's like, no, of course he's not going to do that.
I think Chauncey Billups said that the Lakers are in deep shit because if you really value championships, your best asset matches well with Ty Lue. Mm-hmm. Why not fucking get him in and try to do some damage?
Yeah. Why do you have to give
Why do you have to lowball him?
Exactly.
And he won 2 championships with the fucking team.
I don't understand it. I don't understand why you have to lowball the guy that's proven himself and that he is the perfect fit for your best player. Granted, I also heard rumors that well, actually, I'll go into the rumors after, but, more on the fact that they lowballed him. I heard it was a lot of Rob Pelinka thinking that, okay, we'll lowball him and he'll come back with the counteroffer. No, Ty Lue's like, no, I'm done. You guys coming at me with this
called
bullshit?
their bluff.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, if you're not even going to be serious, goodbye.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And the fact that they still haven't hired a president of basketball operations to take over from Magic.
Oh, my God. That's awful.
It's terrible. Like, Jeannie, I don't know what advice this Linda Rambis is giving Jeannie and what Kurt Rambis are doing, but they're destroying the team. They're making us look weak.
They're like the last of Generation X.
Yeah.
And they're fighting tooth and nail to not get pushed out. But God damn it, it's time for some fresh ideas. I think it's time for new ownership.
I think so. Unless Jeannie cleans house, hires new people, and comes to her senses, she's got to change it. She's got to hand it over to someone. Sell it to someone that's willing to buy it. Sell it to Steve Bezos or fucking Jeff Bezos, man. Have Amazon buy us, for God's sake.
Bring back Magic too.
No, let's not go that far. Look.
It's gonna be.
That was a mistake.
Wait, hold on. I think, and this is the reason why LeBron is pissed off at Magic too. He's upset because he didn't even need Magic to like be all in. He just needed to help him recruit people, and they would have came.
That is true.
So Magic did show kind of.
They should have never hired Magic as VP. They should have kept him as in a consulting role.
Yes.
Because as we've seen from Magic, he can't even fucking coach a team. Like, he coached the Lakers in the 90s, and they looked like shite.
They were awful.
They were awful. So if that
and
didn't
he started
tell you,
to blame the players.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Magic has a history of failures. I mean, granted, he has more successes than failures recently, especially in the ownership role with the Dodgers. But if you look at the Dodgers ownership, he's not hands-on all the time. He actually is just part of an ownership group that hired people to.
You wouldn't even know he owned the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's just there as a face of the Dodgers. So I mean, that's fine. But he should not have been in any shape or form in charge of the Lakers. He should have just been in a consulting role. And then they should have hired people with knowledge or past experience. If you're going to be hiring a GM, first off, every GM in almost any basketball team has an assistant GM and people below them that are, that they're grooming or other voices to kind of counteract it. Rob Pelinka has none of that.
And it's good because when you have assistant GMs, they have assistant VPs, or you have a VP and you have a president and a VP. It's more people getting together and being like, hey, does this make sense to you guys? No? Okay, well then shit, what do we do? I mean, it's better to have a little more diversification so you can get the best product you can.
Yeah.
And they're expecting Rob Pelinka to do all of that. I'm not confident.
I'm not confident either, especially for a guy that's very hated around the league. Like, players don't like him.
He was that guy that was an agent, right?
Yeah, he was a former Kobe's agent. In fact, he's Kobe's agent. And I think that's primarily why he still has
Repugnant.
Yeah, he sure is. Like, it's this whole in the family thing needs to stop. It needs to stop. Nepotism is very much alive and well in the Lakers organization. And as you can see in any organization, whenever nepotism plays a huge factor, that company does not succeed, which is why they have rules for most corporations against nepotism. So honestly, the Lakers, I don't have faith in them. I'm losing faith. I'm still a fan, but I mean, goddamn, dude.
Our patience is being worn, Foo.
Yeah, I mean, there are reports. They interviewed JB Bickerstaff, former head coach of the Grizzlies, Lionel Hollins, another former head coach of the Grizzlies, Frank Vogel, who they just interviewed and who is due for a second interview. He was the former Pacers head coach and Orlando Magic head coach. And he apparently impressed them, and he's the front runner right now for the head coaching position. So, Fu, what are your thoughts on a potential Frank Vogel as a head coach?
LeBron will not respect him.
Nope.
It will be a disaster.
Yes, 100%
it's like
agree.
Even casual fans can see this.
Yes.
I don't know why fucking people making hundreds of $1,000s a year cannot realize this as well.
Yeah, and
like, what the fuck, dude?
A lot of people were kind of, wondering, hey, well, what if the Lakers reach back out to Ty Lue and offer him 5 years? Apparently, like, that's completely out of the
bridge
question.
has been burned.
The
dude.
bridge has been burned. It's done. Ty Lue has He's moving
Dude,
on.
we're in trouble.
Yeah, and Ty Lue may in fact go to the Sixers because if the Sixers lose out to the Raptors, Brett Brown, their head coach,
They'll let him go.
They'll let him go. So Ty Lue will obviously be a front runner for the Sixers, and I don't think the Sixers will fuck up and give him a shitty 3-year contract. I think they'll give him they'll feel like, dude, 5 years, here you go, 5 years, $18 million. Like,
create a dynasty, please.
Yes. Just you have the keys, man. But goddamn, I mean, Lakers are just a shit show. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I think.
And everybody go to work.
Go to work, man. Fuck the protests. You're not helping our cause. You're making us look worse.
You're giving the management more faith that we aren't upset. No, we're livid.
We're livid, man.
Oh my God,
fucking livid. Yeah. You know what though, man? I kind of want to finish on a high note. The Dodgers are looking good, man. They're looking pretty good.
Can I say something about the Dodger fans real quick? One, on a positive, okay. Thank you, everybody on the Dodger Blue Facebook group that I follow for posting live games.
Yes. Yes, you guys are the real MVPs.
You guys are the real MVPs, and that's how I watch Dodger games now because we don't have service. Here, or you got to pay up the ass to get the Dodgers, a regular Dodger game on TV these days if you live in LA. Now, if you lived over in fucking Missouri, you don't have that kind of shit. You can just watch a Dodger game. You can watch any game that's on.
Even up north, my brother lives in San Francisco. He can watch the fucking games on MLB Network. Like, he had us buy like the MLB pass. He's like, no, you guys can watch Dodger games. I'm like, Dick, we can't. We're blacked out because we
live in LA.
Local market. So it's like, God damn it. And this whole...
They really fucked us in the ass.
Yeah, they sure did.
Now, another thing is that on the negative side of these fans that also go on this Facebook group is that if they lose a game, they lose their shit.
Yeah.
I mean, for a team that's in first place in their division, can everybody just chill the fuck out?
And... You guys realize it's May, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking May.
Yeah.
We haven't even hit the All-Star break.
Can we just chill?
Just chill the fuck. We can be excited how good they look, but if they're losing, all right, well, fuck
listen,
it.
I don't like Baez either, but I'm not about to like write him off in May.
Yeah. Look, I listen to Steve Mason and John Ireland every day, and they put it very eloquently. Look, every team is going to lose 50 games, but every team is going to win 50 games. Mm-hmm. It's what they do with the other 62 that matter.
Yeah.
I mean, because Dick, it's 162 games. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's 162
but people,
games.
Like, if a pitcher who comes in for relief has to pitch the rest of the game and then loses it,
bias.
Everybody loses. Yeah, bias. Everybody loses their mind. Yeah. Everybody loses their mind. Oh, that's it. That's it. The Dodgers are done. You know, we're not going anywhere this year. That's it. And then they're just like, oh, really? Really?
It's funny. I every time I hear that, it's like I think of the Joker meme when he's talking to Two-Face. He's all
everyone loses.
Everyone goes insane and loses their mind. It's like it's exactly how it is. It's fucking ridiculous.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, actually, and another thing too. Apparently, Shohei Ohtani of the Angels, he's coming back. I'm not sure what role he would be coming back in, if he's going to be coming back in pitching. I think it's mostly DH.
I think he's going to be DH, and God damn it, honestly, so not right away, but I can foresee him getting greedy and saying, I can pitch again, and no, man, just be a great contributor to the team. Mm-hmm. Don't overexert yourself. It's not possible.
Yeah, he actually went 0-for on his season debut against the Tigers. But I mean, you know, he's going to be staying as a DH for the rest of the year, and they're saying he'll pitch and bat next year. But I mean, it's a gimmick, man. He's a gimmick player until he can prove he can last the whole year. I wouldn't get my hopes up, Angels fans. I mean, you guys suck.
And the Dodgers avoided a huge free agency signing too.
Well, I heard he pretty much like shit talked the Dodgers. Like a lot of the guys in the locker room were like fuck him, we don't need him. Like, let him go to the Angels, like because of how he was. Like, he said that he didn't want it. He wants to bat and hit, but he doesn't. It was some stupid fucking reason. Like, you guys can look it up. Clayton Kershaw even commented on it. Like, he's just like, let him go. He's like, we're here to win championships.
God damn!
Yeah, I know, noob.
Throwing that shade, fool.
Well, Food, you got something you wanna throw in here before we finish off?
I'm really glad we went to that Dodger game.
That was fun.
Very upset at the outcome.
Yeah, that was terrible. That walk-off grand slam.
Oh,
man.
that hurt, dude.
So that brings me and that brings up a good point. Should Kenley Jensen stay as a closer?
No.
I agree.
I think
where would you want to put him? Just
he needs to be the next Baez, pretty much. So
he needs to be the next hated one.
I mean, he's becoming it now because he's blowing these fucking saves, dude.
Unfortunately, with Joe Kelly out and injury right now, it's hard for us to have a replacement.
Can I just say, for that particular game that we went to when we went to San Diego last week, I gotta blame Turner on the loss.
He does have a part of the blame. You're right.
Oh, that
those two bunts, not one.
What a fiasco!
Fucking two, man.
The Padres bunted twice, and Turner couldn't get off the plate.
He played it
get it
poorly.
Yeah,
he played it poorly. Not only that,
there was no structure to their teamwork.
The first one, he didn't get off the plate fast enough. And then the second one, he let it roll, thinking it was going foul.
I didn't think it was going
when it wasn't.
It total, like, once you see the replays, I don't know what he was looking at.
How far in it was from the, how far away from the foul? Yeah.
It was like 1 or 2 feet from the line.
That ball would have had to gone much faster to go
the
foul.
Wind had to, like, there should have been like a hurricane.
There was no fucking wind, dude. JT, man, come on, man. You can't do those.
He fucked up.
Look, get it out of the way now. Again, like I've said, like I've harped on, it's early. Get it out of the way now. Get your fuck ups out of the way. And let's just get ready after the All-Star break. Because after the All-Star break, that is when it matters. That's when you guys better be on top of your fucking game. Well, guys, this has been another successful episode 21.
Successful?
Yeah, I mean, come on. You got to love when me and the Foo go at it. Like we're about to...
Leave it to the Foo to start a riot.
Right? One of us will leave this room.
Right.
Including Josie.
Yeah, including you, man.
You ain't out of this.
No laughing now.
So it's just me leaving.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us again on this other rendition of Foobar Sports. And make sure to follow us and join our Facebook group, Foobar Sports, and catch us on our website, foobarshow.com. Foobity doobity.